Yo, what's going on? KAMIKAZE Soundwaves. Been a while, haven't made a video in a while, been streaming here and there, but got a video for you today, and that video is about the Satisfye Switch Lite grip. And so this thing's been floating around for a while. This is not new. I think everybody and their grandmama has made a video about this thing thus far. But you know what? I finally decided to get one for myself. I've been convinced enough. It runs for about $26 plus shipping, so it usually goes around 30. But I found this on sale for 20 plus shipping. It was about 24 bucks. So I figured, you know what? I haven't seen it on sale yet. They do the Switch one, I believe, on sale, but I haven't seen the Lite one on sale very often, so I decided to go ahead and get one. Now, they do make one of these for your regular Switch, a handheld device like this, a grip for your actual Switch and handheld, but I got the one for the Lite. But I've been playing a lot of my Switch Lite lately, just hanging out on the couch with the kids and stuff like that, and same problems that have persisted that I've said many times in many videos before. A lot of button presses, a lot of work with the right analog stick. It's not very, very comfortable. So this supposedly fixes all of those issues, so I'm super eager to try this thing out because it apparently feels fantastic when you use this with your Lite and or your Switch. So let's go ahead and box this thing, throw it on, and see what it's like. All right, so go ahead and open up this box. They basically sent it just like this. It was in some, normal eBay wrapping stuff like that, but just has one piece of tape right here. And we'll go ahead and get that off and see how this is all presented to us. Now, this took a while to get here, but I know there's a lot of things going on in the world right now. COVID-19! This took quite a bit of time to get to me, and I don't blame them. They shipped this out pretty quick, but it came through USPS, and they're not always great. Okay, all right. So this is how we're greeted. Right here, right up top, is the grip thing. Okay. First impressions holding it. I don't know if I'm thrilled yet. I guess I'm gonna have to see this thing in action. It's just a piece of plastic. I don't know what else I was expecting, but I was expecting it to have some really soft grip thing here. But I mean, it's textured enough where it feels like it grips really good. It's a grip, but really plasticky all around. Okay. So there's that. They do offer these two little thumbsticks that you can put on your sticks, and these are supposed to, I guess, be a little bit better with moving your analogs around. So that's yet to be seen. Don't know if we'll use those. I am interested in trying those out. So looks like that could be all we got in the package. Yep, that's it. Very straightforward. And now let's throw this bad boy on. I've been very eager to try this thing. Let's do it. All right, Switch Lite. We're gonna go ahead and put this in here and see how it feels with it on. I'm gonna turn the screen off so it's not making a whole bunch of weird noises and button clicks and stuff like that. Go ahead and push this thing on in. Do gotta push it in there a little bit. All this rubber stuff that's on the inside, the little red stuff, that apparently keeps it from sliding out and also not scratching up your Switch. Now it's in. All right, first impressions holding it. This might work. This actually feels really good. So here the thing is, like, this side is obviously bigger because your thumbstick is down here, and it really works when you hold your hand like this. I mean, I have really big hands, so like my thumb literally covers up every last one of these buttons right here. Holding it on first impressions, it feels pretty good. I mean, it feels like it's going to be a lot more playable and not stress out my fingers as much. Let's go ahead and throw these sticks on here too, just to kind of get the whole experience. They almost look like mints. All right, they also got some little grippy on here too. Don't know, I feel like actually these are actually a little bit more grippier for your thumb. They stick on a little bit more than these do, but we'll try them out just to get some elevation and see if that helps out anything. All right, these kind of are a pain to get on. You kind of have to like turn them and twist them to get them on. All right, there goes one. Okay, we got it all on there, and this is what we're looking like when we got it all together. Now, again, actually that feels a little bit better with these on it. The grip things on it, I mean, it doesn't really elevate it too much. It's pretty much the same thing, but the best way I can explain it and describe it, I mean, it just feels more like like it feels better on your thumb, and it makes it feel like you have more control on it. So also, if you didn't know, this thing is really cool. Like, it literally stands up like this. So if you're playing in tabletop mode, or you don't have a dock for it, this could essentially just be your dock. I do have a dock for this, which I'll continue to use. I'll take it in and out depending on how I want to use this thing. But it does like this. It does still set up. It would be kind of cool if they had some kind of angle for tabletop mode, but I mean, you know, that's kind of asking a lot already as it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pick it up and maybe play around with it a little bit, and give my first impressions on playing the game. All right, so I already know the first game I'm gonna try is Overwatch. So all right, I'm playing around with this first match, and I gotta say my first impressions are I really like it. I feel like I do definitely have a lot more control versus not using the grip. Again, this is not something that's going to change your entire game. You're not going to magically get better at games because of the grip, if that's what you're thinking. But no, actually, just for the comfort reasons, I definitely feel like I have more control and actually can play this better in handheld mode. Which is another kind of big reason actually I wanted to get this grip, because I do play Overwatch on my Switch Lite from time to time. Not as often as I do. I usually play Overwatch on other things, but since I have it here, it is kind of nice just to like lay around and play this game sometimes in some places of the house. But I mean, overall, first impressions with this game alone, I'm feeling like I have a lot more control. I feel like I'm actually holding an actual controller versus holding a portable gaming device. I gotta say, so far, I'm really digging this thing. All right, we're gonna try this out with a little Minecraft. Same really impressions I had with Overwatch. Feels quite a bit better. You know, it's you know, again, it's not game changing, but this does make me feel like I would be able to play more longer sessions with my Switch Lite versus not having this thing. So pretty cool. So here's the Switch Lite just in normal way. I left the grips on here, but I kind of wanted to show you just how it looks with your hands really conformed around it. And someone like me, and if you have the same problem, with big hands, it's hard to get to certain buttons. And you know, your hands kind of take up a lot of space. So again, this works really well for very simple games. Something very simple, but when you added the Satisfye Lite grip, adding this, it gives you so much more room to get your hand around the actual buttons. So if you have big hands like I do and you find yourself getting cramped up, like I said, this can definitely help. And as you can see, just from holding the Switch Lite normally to holding it with the Lite grip on, you definitely have a lot more room to get your fingers around the buttons. So yeah, using it like this, it does definitely feel a lot better. Now, one thing I did think about, which is pretty good about this can also act as a case. If you drop it like here or like that, it may crack the case, but at least it'll protect your Switch Lite. So you'll have a little bit of added reinforcement. And this is just the back, it just really says Satisfye on it. But yeah, I mean, it's, as you can clearly see, it gives you a lot more breathing room with your hands and definitely controls a lot better. So the Satisfye Switch Grip Lite, I gotta say that I like it. I do think that I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it. It does, first impressions make me feel like I have more control over what I'm playing, especially with something competitive like Overwatch. But I know for a fact when I'm playing a lot of other games like Breath of the Wild or Minecraft, other games that are so intensive, but still just prolonged use does start to hurt for me. It's like right here in my thumb when I'm moving it around right here. It gets really just sore. I'd say after about 25 to 30 minutes I start to get cramps and I just can't use it anymore. This does definitely make me feel like I can use this for a lot longer. Now that's yet to be seen, but just first impressions, I do see that being the case. Being more comfortable, absolutely. I don't think that the Switch Lite on its own is uncomfortable, but this definitely helps. Now this right now it's on sale for $20, $19.99 plus shipping and handling. It's probably gonna be like around $4 or $5. So you're looking at $25 for this. Now I've tried other things like this. This is Insignia. And this was like $8, and as you can see, compared to like the grip things back here compared to this, like it's no contest. This clearly kicks this thing's ass real easy. Now, does this thing help? Not really. This actually, I feel like it makes it a little bit more uncomfortable, but it does have some really interesting things that I think maybe Satisfye could look into. Like right here, like this back of this has like where you can actually store some of your game cards, so you could easily switch them out, which I thought was a really cool idea. This won't prop it up or anything like this, but this is pretty cool though that you can set it down like this and it kind of be in tabletop mode. I mean, it is literally straight on forward facing, so you'd kind of have to be at an angle if you really wanted to do the whole tabletop mode thing with it. But it is nice, but because it also makes it almost like a charging stand. I mean, obviously a cord would fit and everything up under there. It'd be kind of hard to fit that because it's pretty close to the ground, or pretty close to the table. Yeah, I think it would fit. It might bend your cord pretty well. But like I said, I do have a dock which I'll continue to use because I like the way that dock is. But putting this thing in and out, it doesn't feel like it's tearing up your Switch. It has a lot of rubberized grip and all this stuff right here. So when you're putting it in, you know it's not going anywhere, and you know it's not tearing up your Switch. So I feel really confident putting this thing in and out.
That's what she said.
Over and over, and I don't feel like it's not gonna smudge. It's not gonna tear up my Switch Lite or anything like that. So, you know, it is straight up plastic. The grips on the back are a little bit rubberized, nothing crazy. They just feel like a little bit more harder textured plastic. They're not super like comfy grips or anything like that. It's plastic pretty much all the way around. These definitely have a different texture, but they feel pretty much just like plastic. So from going to this to going to this, I gotta say that this is a much better improvement on playing. Again, it's not something that you need. This is kind of like just more of a luxury thing for it. But overall, I really first impressions like it. I may give a follow-up video and see how I feel about it in maybe a month or two, something like that. But again, like I said, first impressions, I think this is pretty solid. 25 bucks. You're not really getting a lot here. You are just getting the grip and these rubber sticks right here. But they do actually offer a lot of other packages where they have like a case that fits this thing. I check out their website if you haven't seen it already, Satisfye, just how it's spelled right here, satisfye.com. They make a lot of grips for the Nintendo Switch, for the Switch Lite, carrying cases, all kinds of things. They even make I believe a grip for the actual Joy-Con controller, which at that point I think you would just buy a regular controller. But if you have a Switch Lite or you have a Switch and you play it mainly in handheld mode and you don't have any grip thing for it, this is supposedly the best one. I don't see another one actually really outdoing this, because I see just about every other grip being just as standard as this. They just put some handles on the end of it and they just call it a grip. The really good thing about this one is this side is much bigger and it really does conform to your hand, so you can get at these buttons and this stick a lot easier. So for 25 bucks, if you feel like your hands cramp up, or if you feel like you need something to help prolong gameplay when you hold a Switch or a Switch Lite, I definitely give them a look. But that's really all I got on it. Those are really just my first impressions. So those are my overall thoughts on the Satisfye Switch Lite grip. It's pretty cool. I mean, I like it. It's a little pricey, I think, for what it is, but it works in the context of what they say it does. It is more comfortable. I feel like I have more control, and prolonged use is something yet to be seen. But you know, when you usually grab a controller, you have those first impressions, like it fits or it feels comfortable. This is nice. You know, leave it or take it. You know, this is not something that you necessarily need to have. You know, this is something like I feel like I really wanted and I thought like I actually needed, but now that I'm having my hands on it, I feel like I can actually do without it. Is it make it better? Yeah, it's okay, it's better, but I definitely think you can live without this thing. But anyway, KAMIKAZE Soundwaves, hope you all enjoyed this unboxing and review. Hope it helped you make a better sound decision if you were still in the market for one of things. If you haven't picked one up yet, again, they still make one of these for the actual Switch. So if you don't have a Lite and you have a regular Switch and you also play a lot in dock mode and that, you could consider getting one of those. I think that's for about $5 more or something like that. But yeah, that's all I got on it. Thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. I really appreciate it. And have a good one. We'll check you out in the next one. Later.